Dark top movie critics reviews and what you need to know. What is it about? Dark is a German science fiction thriller web TV series on Netflix, co-created by Baron Bo Odor and Jean-Jacques Fries. Set in the fictional town of Winden, Germany, Dark revolves around the outcome of a child's vanishing, which uncovers the mysteriouses of and unseen connections among 4 estranged families as they untangle a menacing time travel plot, which spans 3 generations bit by bit. All through the series, Dark explores the existential consequences of time and its dark corners, along with what it does to human nature. Want a chance to win a free Amazon gift card? Wait till the end to find out how. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Top movie critic reviews. John Doyle, Globe and Mail. What sets Dark apart and raises it to the level of truly fine drama is its quietness and beauty. Thumbs up. Mike Hale, New York Times. In place of the American TV show's ceaseless adrenaline rush, Dark offers a hushed, brittle artness that will be familiar to fans of the French ghost story The Return or the British-French thriller The Missing. Thumbs up. Brian Lowry, CNN.com. The producers of Dark have welcomed the Stranger Things comparison largely as a selling point, but the series pretty quickly establishes its own distinctive rhythms while planting the seeds of an ambitious, densely woven mystery. Thumbs up. Bill Owen, The Wrath. The time travel conceit does not more than give us a window into how these families have evolved over many decades. It brings a whole new meaning to things are not quite what they seem here. Thumbs up. Dan Friedberg, Hollywood Reporter. I definitely don't understand it, but I guess I'll eventually keep pursuing the answers, stumbling through the dark with interest but no real affection. Thumbs up. Robert Lloyd, Los Angeles Times. A beautiful German-made minor key tone poem in the shape of a puzzle box sci-fi mystery television series. Thumbs up. Plot. Children start disappearing from the German town of Winden, exposing the broken relationships, double lives, dark corners, and shady past of 4 families living there, and illuminating a mystery that goes through 4 generations. The series trails Jonas Kahnwald, a teenager fraught and coping with his father's suicide, police officer Ulrich Nielsen, whose brother vanished 33 years earlier, and police chief Charlotte Doppler. Dark begins in 2019 but spreads to include storylines in 1986 and 1953 via time travel. In Dark Season 1, characters of the show main families grow conscious of the presence of a wormhole in the cave system underneath the local nuclear power plant, which is under the supervision of the influential Tiedemann family. Throughout Dark Season 1, mysteries begin to be discovered about the Kahnwald, Nielsen, Doppler, and Tiedemann families, and their lives start to disintegrate as the links become obvious between the missing children and the histories of the town and its residents. Dark Season 2 continues the interlacing families' efforts to come together with their missing loved ones, some months after Dark Season 1 finale in 2020, 1987, and 1954, respectively. Further storylines set in 2053 and 1921 bring new features to the mysteries, and the superstitious Sic Mundus Fellowship is explored as the season counts down towards Judgment Day, the supposed devastation of Winden and death of many of its inhabitants. Want a chance to win a free Amazon gift card? Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and answer this question in comments. If time travel was possible, in which year in the Dark series would you travel to, and why? Winners will be chosen randomly in comments, so make sure to come back and see. Main cast. Lewis Hofmann as Jonas Kahnwald, 2019, 2020, 1921. A high school student struggling with his father's suicide. Andreas Pietschmann as Jonas Kahnwald, 2015 to 2019, 2020. A time traveler, also known as The Stranger. Dietrich Hollinderbäumer, 2085, 1921. The head of Sic Mundus, also known as Animal. Daan Lennard Liebrenz as Michael Nielsen, Michael Conlon, 2019, 1986, and 1987. Ulrich and Katharina's youngest child. Sebastian Rudolph as Michael Nielsen, Michael Conlon, 2019. Jonas' father, an artist whose suicide opens the series. Ella Lee as Hannah Kahnwald, 1986-1987. Hannah Kruger, a wary young girl. Maja Schöne as Hannah Kahnwald, 2019-2020 to 1954. Jonas' mother and Michael's wife, a massage therapist. Lena Urzendowsky as Ines Kahnwald, 1953, a young girl. Anna Ratte-Polle as Ines Kahnwald, 1986 to 1987, Mikhail's adoptive mother, a nurse. Angela Winkler as Ines Kahnwald, 2019, Jonas' alienated grandmother. Denis Schmidt as Sebastian Kruger, 1986. Hannah's blue-collar father. Florian Panzner as Daniel Kahn, 1953-54, Dean's father, the Winden chief of police. Lisa Vicari as Martha Nielsen, 2019-2020, Ulrich and Katharina's middle child, Bartos's girlfriend and Jonas's love interest. Moritz Jahn as Magnus Nielsen, 2019-2020, Ulrich and Katrina's eldest child. Wolfram as Magnus Nielsen, 2052-1921, a follower of Sic Mundus. Ludger Bolkenmann as Ulrich Nielsen, 1986, a high school student struggling after his brother's vanishing. Oliver Masuki as Ulrich Nielsen, 2019, 1953-1954, Katharina's husband, Magnus Martha's and Mikkel's father, a cop. Winfried Gladster as Ulrich Nielsen, 1987, patient in a psychiatric ward known as the Inspector. Nellie Treves as Katharina Nielsen, 1986-1987, Ulrich's girlfriend, a high school student. Jordis Trebel as Katharina Nielsen, 2019-2020, Ulrich's wife, Magnus, Martha, and Mikkel's mother, a high school principal. Valentin Opperman as Mads Nielsen, 1986, Ulrich's younger brother who has gone missing. Joshua Marlin as Trond Nielsen, 1953-1954, Agnes's son, just arrived in Winden. Felix Kramer as Tronte Nielsen, 1986, Jana's husband, Ulrich and Mads' father, a journalist. Walter Cray as Trond Nielsen, 2019, Jana's husband, Ulrich's father, Magnus, Martha, and Mikkel's grandfather. Reich Sindler as Jana Nielsen, 1953, a young girl. Anna Lebinsky as Jana Nielsen, 1986, Trond's wife, Ulrich and Mads' mother. Tasha Sebt as Jana Nielsen, 2019, Trond's wife, Ulrich's mother, Magnus, Martha, and Mikkel's grandmother. Helena Pasek as Agnes Nielsen, 1921, Noah's younger sister. Antje Truss as Agnes Nielsen, 1953-1954, 1921, Trond's mother, newly returned to Winden. Gina Alice Steibels as Franziska Doppler, 2019-2020, Jonas, Magnus, and Martha's classmate. Karina Wise as Franziska Doppler, 2052-1921, a member of Sic Mundus. Caroletta von Flankern as Elizabeth Doppler, 2019-2020, Franziska's deaf younger sister. Sandra Borgman as Elizabeth Doppler, 2053, leader of the survivors of the Winden catastrophe, Noah's wife and Charlotte's mother. Stefan Kaprith as Peter Doppler, 2019-2020, Charlotte's husband, Franziska and Elizabeth's father, Jonas psychologist. Stephanie Amarell as Charlotte Doppler, a young woman raised by her guardian, H.D. Tanis. Caroline Eichhorn as Charlotte Doppler, 2019-2020, Peter's wife, Franziska and Elizabeth's mother, Winden chief of police. Tom Phillip as Helge Doppler, 1953-1954, Bern and Greta's son. Peter Schneider as Helge Doppler, 1986-1987, Peter's father, a power plant guard. Herman Bayer as Helge Doppler, 2019-1986, patient in a psychiatric ward. Anatoly Tubman as Bern Doppler, 1953, Greta's husband, Helge's father, founder of the power plant. Michael Mendel as Bern Doppler, 1986-1987, Helge's father, ex-director of the power plant. Cordelia Weg as Greta Doppler, 1953-1954, Bern's wife, Helge's mother. Arne Klatwitzer as H.D. Tanis, 1953-1954, a clockmaker. Christian Steyer as H.D. Tanis, 1986-1987, Charlotte's guardian, clockmaker, and writer. Paul Lux as Barstos Tidman, 2019-2020, Regina and Alexander's son, Jonas's best friend and Martha's boyfriend. Lydia McBrides as Regina Tidman, 1986-1987, Claudia's daughter. Deborah Kaufman as Regina Tidman, 2019-2020, Alexander's wife, Bartow's mother, a hotel manager. Bella Gabriel Lenz as Alexander Tidman, 1986-1987, enigmatic young man born as Boris Neilwood but adopting his identity of Alexander Kohler. Peter Benedict as Alexander Tidman, 2019-2020, Regina's husband, having taken her family name in marriage, Bartow's father and director of the power plant. Gwendolyn Gobel as Claudia Tidman, 1953-1954, Egon and Doris's daughter, Helga's tutor. Jolika Jenkins as Claudia Tidman, 1986-1987, the 2020, Regina's mother, director of the power plant. Lisa Cruiser as Claudia Tidman, 2019-2020, 1954, a time traveler opposing Sic Mundus. Sebastian Hulk as Egon Tidman, 1953-1954, Claudia's father, a police officer. Christian Polso as Egon Tidman. 1986-87. Claudia's father, a police chief inspector nearing retirement. Louise Hayer as Doris Tidman, 1953-1954. Claudia's mother and Egon's wife. Max Schimpel-Pfennig as Hanno Taubert, Noah, 1921-2020. Agnes' older brother and acolyte of Sic Mundus. Mark Washik as Hanno Taubert, Noah, 1953-1921. A priest and member of Sic Mundus. Dark is the very first German-language Netflix original series. It premiered on Netflix streaming service on the 1st of December 2017. Dark Season 1 was received with positive evaluations from critics who made preliminary contrast to another Netflix series, Stranger Things. Dark Season 2 was released on the 21st of June 2019 to critical acclaim. Dark Season 3 trailer has been released and was set to be available on Netflix on the 27th of June 2020. Did you find out how to win an Amazon gift card? Be sure to watch again to find out how. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our other videos.